Welcome to the platform, and today I have Gogo Dineo. She was just about to leave, but she came back. How are you?
I'm super fantastic. I mean, it's our Ancestors Day, right?
Yeah.
So the energy is amazing. It's incredible. It's filled with spirit and jubilation. So yeah, that's how I am.
It was raining today, and now the sun is out. And somebody was saying that Amaklozi avumile. Do you think that ancestors were present here today?
I came here early in the morning before everybody came, and to do my what we call dress rehearsal, and when we started to sing, it rained. So I knew, for me, I knew that my people have also said yes. And then it didn't only rain once, because after that it rained, the sun came out, then it rained again, and then again, and sun comes out, and it rains and sun comes out. Of course, bavumila baphansi.
At such an iconic venue, we are here to talk about Ancestors Day. But a lot of people might not know what's happening today. So basically, CMS, which is Castle Milk Stout, is pushing the agenda forward that we need to celebrate Ancestors Day on the 8th of May. So my question is why the 8th of May, and why is this day important?
You see, for me, that 8th is a number of infinite possibilities. This is actually our foot in the door to change the system that has demonized the identity of the African child, that has demonized the very existence of who and what being African is about. May is a month that actually brings us as Africans together, Africans in the continent and Africans in the diaspora. So 8th of May, it is an ideal, infinite possibilities together as Africans in the continent and in the diaspora, where we return Africa's children back to her sacred womb.
And I mean, what does this mean, when it comes to legislation? Because is government involved in this, and what is the conversation there?
Well, we've got Contra Lesser as part of the partnership. I mean, Castle Milk Stout is the brand that is putting the resources to have such gatherings, right? Because we also need to understand that as Africans, in order for us to really go back to the things that we have been taken away, then those who took it away from us have to invest in us going back there. So people always would be like, no, but Castle Milk Stout is an alcohol brand, is promoting alcohol. That's not necessarily so. You've never had anyone speak about why you need to drink Castle Milk Stout. We've been talking about it being a brand that really pushes the restoration of culture and tradition, and also Contralesa as a body that really looks at traditional issues, especially Amakosi, that is the governance system of a lot of communities in what we know as rural South Africa. They're also part of that, and there are engagements, and like any other system, to really say 8th May, you're going to have different kinds of conversations before you get there. But I encourage South Africans, everyone, even Africans, anyone watching this podcast, go and sign the petition online. Go to Castle Milk Stout on Twitter, go to my page, Gogo Dineo Ndlanzi, or Instagram. You will find details of how you can be part of this, because this is us changing the history. This is you knowing that 20 years from now, your children do not have to feel ashamed of embracing who they are as Africans. They don't need to explain themselves. This is a beginning of greater things that are awaiting to happen for us as Africans.
Okay, so how many signatures are needed for this thing to be a possibility? And what is the vision? What's the ultimate vision?
Well, the more the merrier, English says, right? Because then it will show our government that people want indeed this day to be formalized, right? So for me, it's not about let's get to this, let's get everyone to sign, because whether you are religious or not, we all believe in something, right? We all call upon something, and we're saying that let this day be all of us calling upon someone, something, so that we can reconnect to our power and our divinity. So it is important for everyone to sign. It's not just we're looking for a number of people, even people in the diaspora who would be catching this podcast needs to go and sign, because it's not only for South Africans or Africans in the continent.
Lastly, and I spoke with you about this during our last interview, which is still coming, by the way. There's so many suicides happening, and some people say, it's spirituality has a big role to play in that. Can you just touch a bit about that?
Yo, that's a topic on its day. You should bring me back to speak about that, because we need to be able to break it down so we're not quoted out of context here. But you see, dis-ease is when somebody's not at ease within self. And when somebody's not ease within themselves, then they start to feel depressed. So they're not at ease, they suppress everything that they're going through. In suppression that, then they are deeply depressed. Then when you are depressed, you disassociate with reality, because your reality is everything around you that is falling apart. It is that which sometimes it's very hard for people to explain. Hence we say mental illness is a serious problem in this country. And we need to also understand that those who are depressed is not only about you. You are carrying wounds and traumas of generation, from one generation to the other, of our great grandfathers and mothers, and you know, it is a lineage that comes from woundedness. So spirituality help us to understand why, where else, what happened, how come. Whereas when you look at it from a scientific Western clinical view, it just diagnoses you and asks who has the history, who has this, you know, it just wants to look at the things from just a mental body. So what's wrong with your mental body? But spirituality looks at your mental body, it looks at your, what we call the light bodies, your spirit and soul. Because when you are not at ease within your soul, you get diseased.
Thank you so much for your time, Gogo Dineo. And thank you, for coming back. You're about to make your way out. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else that you just want to say to your people out there?
Of course, I want to say to my people, I love being Gogo Dineo so much. I love being the one who's been entrusted to, be a vessel of this wisdom. People call me the encyclopedia. But this is what I want to say to all of you. One who understands their roots is like a tree deeply rooted, with an ability to bear fruit. If you are seeking to thrive, understand who you are. Understand where you need to be rooted so that you too can thrive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
Thanks, eh?